So today I'm here to show you how I build my underground bases in Valheim. What you're seeing on screen right now are two examples of completely underground bases that are indestructible and completely protected from enemy creatures. Plus, they look and feel super awesome. Now let's get straight into it. So because of the way mining works in this game, you need to figure out a method to building yourself a roof. The best way to do this is obviously something already in the game that is world generated, something like an ore, a rock, the little stone castles and towers that you can find in the Black Forest and snow biomes, and you could even use things like crypts and troll caves too if you really wanted. Now those things are fantastic if you want a little hobbit hole around the map. Maybe you want multiple of them scattered throughout different biomes and islands. They're cozy, protected, and can act as awesome little outposts in different hotspots around the world. But if you're looking for something huge that you can properly live in, you want to travel to where you fought the Elder. Yes, the platform where the Elder spawns is entirely indestructible and can be used as a roof for your underground base. Now the premise is very simple. You clearly just dig underneath whatever you're using as a ceiling and you can build under there. These walls on the side that are made out of earth will be indestructible. They are not able to be destroyed, so no one will be able to dig into your base unless they come through the ceiling, and that is only maybe possible if you're using something like a rock or ore as the top, and it depends what type of rock or ore that it is. Obviously, if it is something like copper, it can be destroyed by maybe a troll or something with that type of hitting capacity, but things like the crypts, troll caves, the little castles you find around, stuff like that, and the big stones, they cannot be destroyed at all, except some can be destroyed by players, but that's a lot different. Obviously, you don't need to fend off against other players. If you for some reason do, you can just put down a totem and no one can touch your stuff. Anyway, the rest of this video I'm going to play some gameplay of me building this in case you wanted to see what I did and you wanted to follow along as well. Again, the premise is simple. You just dig out as much as you can. If you're doing it under something smaller than the Elder base, you'll need to be careful that you don't go too far out to the sides. If you are using the Elder base, you can make it pretty big. I made mine double story. You might be able to do even more. Maybe it won't let you do that much and it will do less. It depends type of terrain your base is on, I guess. Because if it's on a higher area or a lower area, it might mess with how far you can dig. I'm not sure. I haven't really experienced those types of issues. But if you're running into something like that, that might be the reason. I'll pipe in here and there as I play the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the build. After this one, I'll play a really quick build of me doing a tiny hobbit house underneath a rock. If you want to skip to that point, I'll put a timestamp on screen right now. That'll show you how you can build a little tiny underground house under something smaller than the Elder base, and you can build as many of those around the map as you want. Obviously, there aren't an infinite supply of Elder spots or Elder spawns, so you won't be able to build those giant bases everywhere. I wish you could. That would be awesome, but unfortunately you just can't. Here I am starting off with digging out the underground part and laying the foundations and building a giant cube which will become my underground house. Enjoy the video, I'll talk to you in a sec. Alright, so here I've built a giant pillar in the middle that can hold up my second floor fairly well. So I've started making that ceiling, which will act as my second floor, as you can see. And I am connecting it to the floor in each corner just for that added support. And there was a little gap around the sides that I felt like needed to be filled in with the smaller floor tiles. Now after this, the rest was just decorations. I was adding in furniture and that sort of thing. Not going to show you how I did that. I will just skip and show you the final product. So here you are, this is what I ended up doing. I didn't spend too long on this, it was just a quick build that I wanted to show off in this video. You can see I've put all the necessities inside here. I haven't used my space too efficiently. You could do a much better job, but you can see I've got all the standard equipment down here. And when we go upstairs, up these stairs that I've created, there's a railing there. You'll see this is kind of like the bedroom. I've also made it into a bit of a storage room. There's a totem there to stop any other players from building in this area, just in case I didn't want that. There's my bed, there's some rugs on either side, I've got some carriages. Not really sure why they're there, you're not really going to be able to take them out, but they're there, maybe just some storage. And I'm going to show you my lame excuse for an entrance or an exit. I did this very fast. If you wanted to do something similar like this, you could do a much neater job. As you can see, it looks like a giant hole in the ground. In my honest opinion, it's probably a lot cooler if you just don't add an entrance or an exit and you just make the portal the only method of entry. I think that's pretty cool. It makes it very hidden, and only you will know how to get in and out, and I think it just adds a lot more flair. So there's no entry doors, there's just that portal. You guys can do yours however you want, that's the beauty of it all. I should have added some lighting in here, there's not much at all, but that's about all I have to show for this style of base. So let's go on and I'll quickly show you how I do the little Hobbit style bases. So of course first you're going to have to decide what you want to use as the ceiling. Like we spoke about before, on screen you can see I've chosen to use a copper deposit as my base ceiling, where I'm going to place this little house underneath. Now while working on this, I did make the mistake of removing some of the copper deposit, making the ceiling smaller than I would like to be, so make sure you're very careful of that when you're digging into the actual copper. Obviously you want to make sure that there's as much room as possible so you can dig into it a bit, and make sure you do not destroy that top layer. Once that's done, you can fill in the edges by raising the ground, and you want to find the spot for the door. You can have it go through the roof, it's kind of like a little hole with some ladders, or you can decide to put the door in the side like I have here on screen. I like to make it as small and unnoticeable as possible. However you do that, that's up to you. But once you figured out how you want your door, you're going to go inside, where hopefully you have already dug out the space that you are going to use, and you want to try and use the space as efficiently as possible. I recommend focusing on making everything you need fit before you focus on how it looks and the decorations. Obviously a lot of the walls and stuff you'll see me add is simply for decoration and me trying to make it look nice. You don't even need to add any walls, you can just leave the stone walls made out of earth in there. If you want, it'll allow more space and it will be a lot more efficient. Depends what you're after. If you're trying to go after something that looks nice, do it however you like. That's up to you, depends how much space you've allocated yourself. So you're going to see me placing a lot of the decorations. This base is very small. You could use it for whatever you like. Again, you don't even need an entrance. You can just use a portal. That'll save you some space as well. And again, I really like that idea. In my main worlds, that is what I do, just a portal, but of course I'm going to show you how to do an entrance just in case. So I've placed all the necessities in here. There is a bed, some chests. I'm going to fill in these gaps with some walls, and you're going to see me go outside, and I'm trying to fix up this horrible entrance that I've made. Obviously, if I was building this in my main server, I would make it look a lot neater and a lot cleaner. You do this however you want, you spend as much time on it as you want. I like to make it feel like it's a part of the forest and harder to notice so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. But once you've cultivated the land and added in all the bushes and grass back, you can just add your final touches and it should become a cozy and livable little base in the middle of nowhere. And that's all I have to show for you guys today. I really hope this helps at least some of you out. I bet a lot of you would have already known some of these, but I hope you still learned something, or I hope the guide helped you plan out your own underground base. If this did help some of you out, or you enjoyed the video, please let me know by leaving a like on the video, or you could leave a comment down below telling me what you thought. If you do build something like this, feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know. I'll try and respond if I can. I hope to see some of you in future videos. Take care guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.